our third interview, I think, of one of one, and we're going to interview this lovely beauty.
Hi. So my name is Adrienne. The name of my business is Thrifty Drip. Um, I'm based in Maryland. I was born in South Carolina, but I was raised military. So I've been all over the place. But I've been here the longest, and this is kind of home now because my family's here. My
Mhm.
sister done had a baby here, so I guess we're kind of stuck here.
Right. Okay, that's good. Sorry. It's a
Sorry,
little.
I'm really awkward, so I just want to warn y'all, I'm awkward. So just get ready for some
Oh,
awkward.
yeah.
Okay?
Girl, no, it's okay. We love you. We rock. So what influenced you to start your own company or business?
So honestly, so my older sister inspired me to thrift because growing up, she always thrifted and I was just always go steal stuff out of her closet. Um, so she inspired me to actually start thrifting myself because she would yell at me all the time, stop taking out my closet. So I was just like, let me go get my own. But a lot of people don't even know what thrifting is or how to thrift. So
Right.
I just like to help other people learn how to thrift or even learn that you can go thrifting and still be cute. Like you don't need $1,000 shirt or $1,000 Gucci belt to be cute. So that's just what inspired me to help other people to learn how to thrift and shop affordably.
Hmm. That's really a unique way to think of things. I like clothes, but clothes don't like. Are
Yeah,
you?
yeah. The funny thing is with thrifting, like it's really hard for me to find my size, but I like thrifting. So I'm just like, if it's a large, it's a large. It's fine.
Yeah, I feel like, or just like if you're shaped like a certain, you're thicker at the bottom, but then like petite up top, or like if you have marks, it's like really hard to find just right. Um, Mine is more geared standards, and I'm like, this ain't about to fit all.
That is very true.
Are you big on care and through what a typical day or moment of self care looks like for you?
Um, so kinda, sorta, kinda not. I try to practice self-care. I'm not really good at multitasking life.
Mhm.
So honestly for me, thrifting is a form of self-care for me. So thrifting helps me sometimes and a typical day if I need to self-care, I will go on a hike somewhere in the
Mhm.
woods. The water is just therapeutic to me. So
Is I love hiking. Like we weren't in the middle of a pandemic because that's like my go-to. It's so soothing.
yes, it really is.
Just like you're like, oh my god, all this for us to like enjoy. And I'm not really religious, but it just I feel like it goes there.
Yeah, it's crazy. And there's like just like how the pathways are all made out and everything. So it's funny because I actually got into hiking maybe like 2 years ago, but I didn't know that it was even out there. And then when I found it, I was like, oh wow, this is the bomb.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think one of my friends or somebody put me onto it, and then like sometimes myself, girl, I had a whole plan. I would go to like a big sub like this.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but like on my your sound is just going in and out. So I can kind of hear you, but I kind of can't.
Okay, hold on. I don't know why it is. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Is it a lot better?
And no, it's still going out a little bit.
Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Uh,
Something about going.
Can you hear me better now?
No.
No.
It's okay though. It's okay. Go ahead. I can read lips though. I can hear you on my sister's phone though, so I know it's not going out on them.
Okay. It's not bad. Why is doing that? Oh. It like, how does it sound?
It's just like you're talking and I can hear you, but then it goes out and comes back and goes out and comes back.
Have like a box phone because I'm like I'm not professional. I don't have a stand or nothing
It's cool. It's cool. I can read lips. I can use my context clues.
that you can hear me good.
Oh, see, okay. Now I can't use context clues. I don't know.
Like, hold on.
Okay. Hey Court. Hi guys. Thrifty Drip here. This shirt I have on is actually thrifted. It is an Outer Banks shirt. I think it was $12. I thrifted it online.
Careful because you're on live right now. Sorry. because it's not gonna fall. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, is it clear?
Yeah, just keep talking if it goes out.
Chicken. I don't know. Popeyes.
All right, it's cool. Just go ahead. All right, I can hear you.
Well, I wanted to make sure you could hear me so that we're not like.
Right. No, you're good. I can hear you now.
Okay. Volume. I don't know why it's so wonky because we were like, yeah, like pulled a MacGyver and like put some boxes and was like, okay, this is about to hold up.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Whoever Eclectic Femme is, thank you for the compliments, sis. This came from Old Navy. Like, I don't find designer like that. But anyway, back to your interview. How do you juggle a 9 to 5 in the business?
Bruh. So honestly, it's a little tiring. But honestly, I use my 9 to 5 to plan for my business. So while I'm at work, like if it's not busy or anything, I literally have everything on the desk and I'm just planning stuff. And then when I get home, I'm like, okay, I got to do X, Y, Z, or on this day, I got to do ABC. Use my 9 to 5 to plan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, somebody was calling. I'm like, why are you calling? You can keep going. Sorry. I was like,
no, you're good. But yeah, I just use my job honestly to plan stuff. So it kind of works out. My job is kind of demanding, but it kind of has its moments where I can sit and plan stuff. So it kind of just works out that my job is. I also try and get jobs where I can sit and plan stuff. But you know, I gotta do what I gotta do.
on the same thing. I was telling you, I was like, I'm sorry if I'm a few minutes late because I'm going. I was like, oh, I have a whole hour when I get off because I get off at 5. I was like, I'm gonna write her questions, send it for her review, and something told me what it was. It was like, do the questions now. I was like, huh? It was like, do it right now. I was like, okay. And then I was rushing when I got home, so all I had to do was like print them out. I was like, oh, thank God. I
like it all worked out.
like I was like, okay, let me do it when it's slow. And like you said, you get where like you can sit and have like slow periods, and you take advantage. Artists are like always doing many things at once. Like we never like sit still. Like we're operating at like 100 miles per minute because we know all this stuff down. And usually you don't have a team. You're doing it by yourself.
Yep.
So you're like booking agent,
your photographer, your stylist, everything.
It's so like I wish I could just pay somebody to do this for me. Like I don't want to do this. Like
it's so funny because like when I do like and everything, like when I plan it out, I'm always like, man, like models do this all day. Like all day, y'all just dress and take pictures and dress and redress and take pictures. I'm like, I'm tired. Like, how do y'all do this all day?
You make it look seems like very fluid when you post, and it seems like very calculated and like crafted.
So honestly, it's not. Like it is a little bit. I try to plan them out,
right?
But then I try to be like whatever. Like this is me. This is what you get. Like this is what you get. This is me. For the most part, yeah, they're not really calculated.
Because I was like, oh, like I was gonna give you a compliment, but I'm gonna give it to you on the air like later.
Okay.
I was so like organized with her posting. Like she knows how to like promoting herself. Because I was like, I'm gonna do it a couple times because I'm like, this is my first time doing something like this. I don't know what I'm doing. But I was like, she promoted like throughout the day. She kept like her followers informed. You were like putting it on your story. You were like adding, you were like community. I was like, yes, sis, that's the I want to see. Like
I actually learned that from like other thrifters because there's like a thrift community, but a lot of us will ask each other like, you know, what do you think about this or what do you think about that? And people are always like, you know, promote. And I'm like, so at first, when I first started, I was like, well, you know, I don't want to keep sharing this, and people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of seeing this girl's post. But I'm like, look, yeah, you're gonna get tired of seeing. So I'm like, let me just click on this and see what she's talking about because obviously it's something important. So yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I gotta promote myself because if I'm not, then other people aren't gonna do it either. So it starts with me.
Exactly. I feel like it's overkill. Like, oh, maybe I'm posting too much, or maybe they don't want to see this. already know about it. Maybe they just didn't like it. Like, because I know I get annoyed with overkill, but I'm like I want to see like the overkill because I'm like that means they're doing their job and they're trying to like attract a
Exactly. And it's like, and then the whole algorithm thing with Instagram is that even if you post one thing, it's not guaranteed that somebody will see it. So if you post it, more than once, then at least they might have more of a chance to see it too.
exactly. It's like do it and I like not mastered it. I'm like I suck at business. Like I just like, I really don't like it's not my strong suit. I was like, oh my god, I've tried to make my friends like my assistants. I'm like, hey, I'll pay you in food and this for me. Like
I'm the same. I use my little sister. I'm like, look, can you just do this for me? I need your help.
oh my god, the are lit. Whoever Eclectic Femme and Emissary James, he's at it. Oh,
We do. I've learned to let people do other stuff slowly. Be your own hype.
I don't.
Hype
I'm like, nope, because you're with the way I want it. So bye.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like, yeah, you know what? I got it. I'm like, can you never mind. I'm good. I'll do it.
Everyone has their own style or way of doing it. They don't do it exact because I'm so much a perfectionist about my art. Like anything else, I'm pretty like whimsical, but I'm like, no, that's my motherfucking baby. Like
right. Unfortunately, I'm a perfectionist about everything, but yeah, that's true. Like, I'll try and get my sister to do my pictures sometimes, and I'm just like, I'll just use the tripod. But but I feel like too, once you tell people kind of what you want to, they kind of know more. Or if they do it, and then you're like, okay, I like this, and this. Like my sister's really good with that with my pictures. Like she'll take pictures, and I'll be like, okay, I like this, and this, and I like this angle. And then she's like, okay, the next time, she knows how to take the pictures. So they come in handy.
they do. Like family and friends are like the rest to be like your assistant slash like creative director. Like they be the ones really riding with you, but no one sees them. And you're just like
They are.
me a hug. But anyway, who are your fashion influences, and do you move? Question, but I just had to ask.
Sorry. You said my fashion. What? I'm sorry.
That's okay. And do you mood board like what styles or outfits you're gonna have?
As far as fashion influence, I have a lot. I like Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor, Age Loaf. I love both of them how they dress. And I guess my older sister, because I used to steal all her clothes, so I kind of just dress like her now. I don't know. I'm kind of different. I kind of dabble in everything, so I don't know. I kind of take influence from everywhere. Like if I just see a look and I just want to recreate it, then I'll just recreate it in my own way. So kind of, everybody's kind of an influence, really.
I could see Tiana influence on you now that I think about it.
You said who?
Tiana Taylor influence.
Yeah. I love her.
But yeah, I definitely see that.
I don't do mood boards. I've done one before. I don't do them consistently because honestly, I get the concept kind of, but I kind of don't. So I accidentally create like color schemes, I guess. Like I'll take random pictures of different colors that I have on. But as far as a mood board, I've only done it about once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like practical stuff. That's why I think I picked writing because I'm like, I want to do something that gives me a lot more freedom. And I think that's why a lot of people gravitate towards just like making art or pushing content because like everywhere else is so strict, but in art, like you can bend as many, you can make as many as you want.
Represent to you.
Yeah. What does Black beauty mean to
you? So honestly, to me, Black beauty is just being true to yourself and living in your melanin and doing what you want to do and not caring what anybody says.
I think that's true. I feel like Black women, we just have, I was saying to someone, I think I texted one of my girlfriends, I was like, Black versatility, Black people in general have versatility. It's not even funny how switch it up. And people be like, oh, I up.
Right. Like, yeah, they definitely do. And it's so funny because like the way I dress, people are always like, oh, I like your style. I like your style. And I'm like, that's cool. But I'm like, when I'm trying to like narrow it down, I'm like, what is my style? Like, it's just that there is like, it's just everything. It's just a big mixing pot.
We have a unique style to mix it because I feel like you do masculine like pieces with like feminine, but it works for you, especially like your body, your personality. I feel because I'm like, yeah, I'm literally like just stalking her, like her. Like, I'm a creeper, but I'm like, about to support my Black sister. Like, what we're about to do is bash Black women. Like,
Yeah.
anyway.
I
Um,
sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. You're fine.
Yeah, I do dress masculine. And sorry, I know that's one of your questions. I'm gonna kind of like go into it. But yeah, I do that. So a big thing with me is I do not like I don't like to be gawked at because of what I have on. So I wear like loose stuff because like if you're gonna like what I have on, you're gonna like it for what I have on and not like how it's fitting on my body. So
Mhm.
that's like my big thing with dressing masculine. I try to do feminine sometimes. I also am like a little twig, so like my body literally looks like this in the front and this in the back. So the big stuff just works out for me anyway.
No, but I sounds so well for you because like I used to be really tiny and then like I fell in love and I got fat because when you fall in love you get happy weight because you go now I
Yeah,
really man or woman and
I'm
you're
good.
because I got booty now I got stretch marks I got a fupa I'm like whatever sis.
Like it is what it is. We're gonna work with it.
I like men's clothing. I'll just go in my boyfriend's closet steal stuff from his closet. I'm like, and people, I get compliment. I'm like, I literally stole this, but okay.
Like, this is my boyfriend, but it's fine. It is. It's really comfortable too. It's just like I don't know, like tight fitting stuff in the summertime. It doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
It does not work.
Your colors are lit. Like I need to.
So that's funny because that's actually my sister and my mom.
Said happy weight is real. I'm like, you don't even. What are your goals as a curator of fashion? Yourself becoming a beauty editor, like in chief, a blogger, clothing line in the future.
So I think that I want to do a clothing line. I'm actually in the process of learning how to sew, so I can really see if that's something that I want to do. Um, but one like really big thing that I want to do is I want to get a hippie van and I want to do like mobile thrifting. So that's like my ultimate goal.
Oh, that's fire. I actually want a hippie van too.
Yeah, oh gosh.
That carpet, and I want to like pass out flowers and like groceries to people and like mountains because I hate people. I'm like, listen, I want to get a cabin and be away with my and like have a reception because that would make me. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. I'm like, this apartment like, boo.
It's so funny because that's one part that's like it's a little hard for me with starting my business is like talking to people because I'm really like just straight to the point. Like if you ask me something, I'm just like, yeah, I got this from the thrift store. It was $5. It's blue and purple, and the patterns are from the '90s. Like I don't really go much further than that. So learning how to I guess create more conversation with clothing because for me it's not even like a thought process, but I have to understand that for other people they're just like, well dang, how did you even get there from that one shirt that you got off the rack to this whole outfit? So it's a little bit of a challenge, but I'm getting a little bit better.
You will get better. I'm in time because when I was doing spoken word, I was kind of like timid, like how you're saying, or just more reserved. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just go home and I'm like, well, how do I attract people to me in my heart if I'm not putting myself out? It made me uncomfortable. And I was like, I don't know what to say. And then some they're scared to approach you because they're like, oh, well, what's your personality? But if you like put yourself out there, the right people will be attracted to like you for you. Because I like you for you. So I'm like, that's great. And we also cool. But like it's kind of like hard at first, and then like you figure out like your do's and don'ts as you go along, and each like artist and creative is different. So you might attract more of a reserved crowd, but like they might really fuck with fashion. So it just depends. Or like me, who's like, all guys, I'm not talking more, but anyway, we're gonna go to the next question. Uh,
Alrighty.
what do you need in terms of support to help your brand get off the ground?
Honestly, so I have a lot of support right now. I'm really grateful for all the support that I have right now. So, I wouldn't per se say that I need anything for support. Yeah, I'm really grateful for all the support that I have and like all the people who tune into my challenge and everything. So I'm just grateful for that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a comment. Hey, yes. Okay, sis.
Yes, girl. This shirt is real hot right now, but we doing it.
I was like, when I came out, and like, I was like, today was not. What intentions do you have towards Black women art, and are they done on purpose?
So I actually need you to like kind of elaborate on this question because I don't exactly know what you mean.
Okay, I guess I don't know what I meant by it either. Now that I think about it, I guess because I see you as a Black woman, might be like a pillar for them because women are left out a lot and they're invisible and like unheard. So I'm just wondering like have a specific target towards Black women for all lovers of fashion. Because me, I over the years I've gotten more attracted to uplifting Black women because the most unheard and undervalued community in my opinion. But
So I wouldn't say that I have intentional um things that I'm trying to target towards them. I'm kind of like my biggest thing is just do what you want to do and don't like put on what you want to put on and don't care what anybody says about it. So just being comfortable in yourself, really.
that's a good message. Just saying like effort, just be myself.
Yeah, like forget.
You really as
Yep.
well. Okay. You possess. I feel like you possess both and energy. So which do you more? And
I think I do masculine more because so honestly, the whole sexy look just doesn't work for me. Um Masculine, I don't know, it's comfortable and I just like how it looks. Yeah, feminine, I can do like skirts and dresses and things like that, but not like tight fitting type stuff. So yeah, masculine just because it's comfortable and it looks good.
yeah, I was like stalking your pictures on Facebook or whatever earlier because I was trying to, like what
Uh-huh.
I saw this picture you had. It was like a orange. It looked like Chinese or like Asian print or something. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
It's
think I know what you're talking about. And it's like silky.
yeah. It was
Yeah,
like
that was me trying to be sexy.
wow. I was like I was involved, but shoot,
Yeah.
I don't know posting it, but I was like I'm gonna be a stalker and just like it, even though it's old.
Hey, it is fine. It's fine. Sometimes you miss stuff, so
Right. Is self-employment the end goal? Like, are you just corporate America altogether?
definitely. Yeah, I'm tired of working for the man. So yes, definitely. It is definitely something I'm trying to make just self-employment my main source of income. Um yeah, and I definitely think it's possible. So it'll definitely happen for me soon. But
Okay,
yeah, that's definitely the goal.
that's good. Me too. Tired of getting up early to follow someone else's dream. I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this, and I'm not in the mood to be degraded, talk to like sense when I really do.
Yes, it's so funny. At the job that I work at now, it just shows how important employees are because like the managers will be asking us how to do stuff, and I'm just like, this is your store, so how do you? But yeah, I definitely just want my own thing because yeah, you know, some people have businesses and they have rules that they're supposed to follow and they don't follow them. So it's just like, you know what? I just want my own. I can make my own rules and do it how I want to do it and whatever message I want to put out there.
Yeah, making my own schedule is definitely appealing, and the goal is to be married, have a house, and have a kid, and like write a novel from my couch, and then be able to go like pick up my kid and tend to my husband and my kid. Like I don't any of this that I've been doing.
Right. Like this is not where it's at.
People laugh at me. They're like, "Well, you can't make a living off of how people try to minimize like having a dream outside of corporate because it's definitely possible. It's just harder and it takes longer, but
Right.
it's rewarding in the end, and internally it's really rewarding to follow it through. I read something, I think it was yesterday, because I love reading like celebrity gossip. It's entertaining to me. And out, she said that corporate is not set up for women, and I was like, bro, it's speaking my life because the way they treat
Yep.
first of all, like the pay gap, I'm trying not to get political, but it just makes like the way that they will pay them the exact job, the way that, you're almost belittled. It's almost have no voice and you have to suppress emotions and like the clapback So if you react in a corporate environment, they're gonna be like, you're the angry black.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's just like, okay. And then when you the happy-go-lucky, bubbly one, they're like, oh, we rely on your strength. So they need to put more women in positions of power and like make them CEOs. Because a lot of the times I see departments being ran by men. No offense, and it goes to shit. But I'm like, if a woman was running a tight ship, everything, all the problems y'all were having, they'd be resolved. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Men and women just have two different, like the way their minds work are just totally different. But a woman, she just her planning is what helps.
Yeah, women are very much planners. Men live moment to moment, and it's not to be sexist, a literal fact. Because I'm like, my boyfriend's very laid back. I need a plan. I need to know what I'm doing, time, where. I make lists. He hates that. I'm like, but I don't forget nothing. I'm not.
That's funny. I'm the same way. So like if I'm dating somebody, they're like, oh, let's go out. I'm like, all right, where are we going? What time? What do I need to wear? Like, you can't just text me and be like, oh, let's go here. Cause I'm like, I need 24 hours notice. But yeah, they don't. They're just like, you know what? I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it. And whatever consequences come, they come later.
Yes, literally. And I get anxiety if, like, I don't have a plan. I don't have details. Details is important to me. Like, from childhood, like, I really didn't have control over things. Like, I like to plan it. I like to know, because it gives me comfort. Because I want,
Right.
and people around me don't understand it. Like, I have to train them. Like, oh, this is how you need to treat me, and this is how you need to address me. Because if not, it's probably gonna be problematic for you later on. But
See, I haven't reached that level yet. I'm at the level right now where people like make me upset and I just walk away. I'm at the walk away level, and I'll come back later when I'm ready to deal with you. But yeah, I'm definitely the same way. Like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm walking away.
I'm walking away more, or I internalize and I shut down, or I'm popping up in all, like, it's no, it depends on the food and what I took that week. So you mentioned off the record that your sister was a big. Can you talk about the importance of having Black women models or mentors?
Yeah, I would definitely say it's really important. So it's actually funny because my sister is 2 years older than me, but I don't know if she wants me to say this, so never mind. But she's doing big things in life, and it's really a major influence. So just to have somebody around you that is doing things in life that are positive it gives you the motivation to keep doing what you're doing and to go in the right direction for your life.
It really does. And the thing, a lot of the times when you're trying to break into something and no blueprint or path, it's like really hard because who can I talk to about this? Or there's something, but it's not the same. But they broke into, like, my mom is a political figure, but she won before. She won both times. And I was like, a whole campaign out of the house. I was like, I need to step my shit up, okay?
I can do this. Like, yes, I can. My mom does business too. She's about to start making t-shirts, but she wrote a book actually. And my mom's a big influence too. She wrote a book and she goes to school and she goes to work. So she does a lot at one time. And she does like 50 million things for her kids still. So she's a really big influence. So just having people around you that just keep going, that really helps a lot.
It does. It really, because it motivates you. And you're like, dang, I need to step up. I need to grind harder. I need to get like that fire back in my belly. So.
Yep. And hold on, sorry, I have to mention my little sister, or I'm gonna hear her mouth. But she actually she actually inspires me to so for my birthday we went to Fridays for dinner, and this little girl, she's just walking around the whole bar like, yeah, go follow my sister on Thrifty Drip, she does Thrifty Drip. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, okay, let me go over here and talk to these people. But she definitely inspires me to just go out there, like whatever idea you have, just do it. Either people are gonna like it or they're not, and whatever it is, what it is.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And what's, like, you don't have to like everything I do, and I don't gotta like everything you do. So.
Right.
Like, whatever, dude. The Black community often expresses themselves through drip. What's an outfit you find in your closet?
So I have this windbreaker suit. I actually wore it like a couple weeks ago and I took pictures. I was hiking, but it's an everlasting windbreaker suit and it's like a I wouldn't say teal, like a I don't even know. It's blue. It's like blue and pink and yellow, but that is my absolute favorite outfit that I've ever I didn't really thrift that one. I'm sorry. I went on Etsy and bought it. So it's secondhand, but I took it from the thrift store. But that's my favorite. I love windbreaker suits. They're really, really hard to find, but yeah, I love them. Like that's my absolute favorite.
They are. I think all those pictures where you were like kneeling or something. I saw a couple of like different.
Yeah, and I had on my rag. Thanks.
What's been your favorite that you've thrifted so far?
You said my favorite item?
Yeah.
Um, so right now I'm really into like printed shirts. So I have a whole bunch of different printed shirts that I'm really in love with right now. I'm gonna have to resell them soon, but it's okay. But those are my favorite. I love printed shirts. That would be my favorite thing.
You ever get like so attached to an item that you like end up not thrifting it?
So honestly, yeah. I went thrifting. I went thrifting today and I got a whole bunch of good stuff and I was like folding it and I was like, oh, am I really gonna sell this? And I was like, you know what? But you know, the mindset that I try to keep is that I can sell this and go find another shirt that I like in the thrift store. So it's fine. So that's just the mindset that I try to keep.
What outfit side go online?
So I've only done one drop where I've actually sold things. But the mistake I made with that one was I sold things that I would wear, but not things that I would go in the store and buy. So I'm gonna be selling stuff again soon, but now it's more so just stuff that I would go in the store and buy. So basically, I just go shopping as if I'm shopping for myself, and then I'll resell it. Because I think people love the stuff that I wear. So just yeah, I just pick stuff now that I think that they would like, and I try and sell it. But I also try to like on my story, I'll ask before I go resourcing or put something online just to see, what people are interested in and what would sell. So it's kind of up to my followers if they say, like one time I did windbreakers and I just posted like different windbreakers and I had them vote on them. And then the two that got the most, I just sold those. So I kind of try and leave it open to them. But yeah, the next drop that I do is going to be strictly like stuff that I would put on.
It sounds like you really listen to like your customer and like your shopper, which I feel like some people like miss. Like you have to ask them what they want because they are the ones that help you create income.
Right.
And
Yeah, exactly.
so you have to ask, but I think
Yeah.
that's
And I think it kind of just makes them feel like they're a part of building your brand too, because they have that input and you put it out there for them. So I think it helps.
I think like face to face is another point that's going missing, or like because now we live like in such a digital age. When I was like making like projects and stuff, I would like go drive to people and give it to them in person because I'm like, I want to hug you, I want to ask you about your mom, I want to like I want to take a picture, and they were like, wow, like you're gonna drive all the way here, and I'm like, yeah, I got time, sis. Like,
Right. Like you helping me. So here, look, let's have a conversation.
yeah, and a lot of them appreciate it. They're like, oh, like I really fuck with your art, like what you're saying like applies to my situation now and it's helping me think, it's helping me process. And I think it just like it makes you more personal, accessible. It makes them feel like they're you, like you're on the same playing field, like you're equal. You're not above them just because you're public, you're gaining traction. You're art. People forget that artists are people.
Yeah.
Glorify them and they like make them into like God, put them on the pedestal, and then when they fall, they're like,
Right.
oh, anyway, and it's like, man, people. It was Vince Staples. He's a California, and he was like, people love to hate. I was like, facts, because if you do something you don't want, oh, they're quick to crucify you. But I think it can be helpful, and sometimes followers or fans or people who are, they can help you. which is something I realize they help me out a lot. Like when I'm depressed and stuff and they just randomly hit me up and be like, hey, I love you. Oh, wow. Not for me.
Yeah,
someone someone cares about me still creating content. So it's a
the best. I'm actually still getting used to people like messaging me or like commenting on my stuff and be like, "Oh, I love how you dress," or "I love this," or "I love that." And like the big one that gets me is like when people are like, "Oh, I love your personality," and I'm just like, "Dang, like I thought I wasn't talking enough," but I guess I'm good.
yeah. Well, I feel like people bring out certain things in you too. Like um if another like fan follower is like just as like out there as you are, sometimes they can like pull certain things out of you, and then if they're more resilient, but for critical thinkers have like these really long intimate conversations. So
Yeah, true.
um so entrepreneurship is singing. What led you about?
Um, so honestly, it kind of just ties back into a lot of people don't know about sorry. A lot of people don't know about thrifting. So it's kind of just letting people know because the way our economy is set up, like you can't even, work your 9 to 5 and get an apartment and live your life comfortably. So you don't need to go to Gucci and get that $1,000 Gucci belt. Go to Goodwill and get you a $5 shirt and make it look like $1,000 Gucci belt. So it's basically just helping people save.
Yeah, especially in our community because we're so much so on like material items and like
Yeah.
a certain way. Like I was listening to this podcast, it's called Dead Ass. It's with
Uh-huh.
Deval Ellis, like a former NFLer, and his wife is like influencer. She's like really smart. Like they have good advice in the podcast I was listening to today. Like they were like, "Can you be broke and bougie?" And he was like breaking down their financial situation because he was like, my wife would like go haywire with the black card, and he's like, we had to sit down and analyze our finances and like humble ourselves. And I was like, yeah, because and then he was saying I did everything right and like it still didn't go the way that I they were buying property, they were investing, and like he wasn't working for a long amount of time because he got released from the NFL. So it was interesting because I was like, sometimes I feel like I don't make enough. I heard a woman at like a branding event say for 9 to 5s they give you just enough to have you come back the next week, and I was like, damn, that's literal. That,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I was like, enough wasn't enough to pinch a little for groceries or whatever little other things you need.
Yep.
And struggling, I always feel like I have enough. Oh, I don't make enough. I want more. How do I navigate and negotiate my worth and my skills if value in me?
Right.
That's hard.
Yeah. Dang. That's a good quote.
Yeah. I broke down in like tears because I was like, yo, I'm about to go back to this 9 to 5. I don't want to go back. Um, I don't know. Are there any other comments or remarks you want to leave the viewers with? And do you have any big words or messaging for Black women or any of your Black?
I would just say if you have a business that or an idea that you want to turn into a business and you think that you can't do it, you can. You just have to do it. Just do it. And now is really the time to do it because we need to build up our community so that we can have a strong community. But no, now is the time to do it though, so that we can build on our community though.
And I have one more question. How is your mental health considering everything that's going on?
Right now it's like all just like a cluster in here. One day it'll all come together, but right now I just have a lot going on in life, so it's just all over the place right now, honestly. And
And
I'm honestly trying not to like stop and deal with it, which is bad, but just not right now.
are you practicing care or you're just busy like with business and work, so that helps?
No, I try to practice my self-care because if I don't, then it just goes downhill.
Hmm.
My
Hmm.
mental health just goes downhill. So yeah, I still try and practice it when I can. But working on stuff, I'm one of those people who there's a quote and I want to say it is productivity it doesn't measure your worth or something like that. But I'm one of those people. Productivity is like if I don't do something productive, then my whole day I'm just like, what did I do today? But um but yeah, I definitely try and practice it, and I try to go easy on myself. So I'll plan it out, and say, you know, I'm gonna do 2 things today and then relax the rest of the day. So yeah, I try to practice my self-care and take care of myself.
That's good because I feel your like your plight or like your relatability when you say like your productivity equals your worth. Because if I'm not doing, I'm like belittling myself, like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, I need to be doing more. But then like they need to stress in society that rest is important and preserving and taking care of health is important because if you don't, you can't do the other stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes don't do nothing. Don't do no homework. Don't do the dishes. Don't cook. Don't do nothing because you're gonna and then you need that rest and it's like recharging a battery
Yeah.
basically like a mental battery. I wish that was spoken about because I'm like they like hustle hard like grind work and it's like no one can physically and mentally
Right.
being like a crash or a burnout and it's just like okay dude like no.
Like this is not real life. I know it's funny because people like really have the mindset like I'm sick but I can't call out of work, like I have to go to work, which is crazy. Like no, if you're sick and you need rest, even if you're not sick, if you need rest, stay home. Like
You know what I do? I call off of work for mental health days. I don't know anyone who does that. I literally will call off work. I'm like, I didn't get no sleep. My selfish shit. I'm gonna make this a whole self. I'm gonna do a bubble bath. I'm gonna cook myself. I'm gonna write a poem. I'm gonna follow up on some emails. Like, yes, I wish more employers make mental health days more. Yes, that's what I really want. They need to have mental health programs in the workplace because that'd be the main point, like the main stressor right there. And I feel like I want to crash and I'd be embarrassed. I'd be like, oh, I'm sick. No, sis, I'm mentally not feeling good. So I'm going to call out. I have
right.
to myself with it, but I'm like, no, like I deserve this. I earned this.
Yeah,
So
I'm the same way. I have to tell myself like it's fine. Like days when I just I call them do nothing days. Where I'm not doing anything. Like don't ask me to do nothing. I just want to lay in my bed and watch TV, or I just want to lay here. But those days I do feel bad on those days sometimes. But I just tell myself like, yeah, like you did X, Y, and Z. Like you deserve this day to yourself. Or you know, even like I'll tell myself, you know, if you don't rest today, then you're gonna be a bitch tomorrow. So you might want to rest.
I'm like, crabby tomorrow, and it's like, I feel like we take it out on our loved ones when we are feeling mental pressure. Because sometimes I snap. Me and my boyfriend live together, so we just moved in together like 6 months ago. But like, I feel like I be snapping at him, and he really, but I'm like, you like the closest thing to
Yeah.
God.
See, I'm the same. I internalize a lot and stuff just like builds up. So it's like when I'm about to tick, like every little thing. And then eventually once I'm ticking, I'm just like, God,
Yep.
sorry, I'm sorry. And I feel bad about it. I feel bad about it afterwards because I'm like, dang, like I could have handled that better.
Yeah, and then I have to come back with my tail tucked between my legs. I'm like, man, what did I do? This? I'm at thing.
Right, right.
Yeah, this was a really good conversation. Do you want to tell everyone how they can follow you and support you, like what your socials are and everything like that?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram. My handle is thrifty with 2 Y's. So THRIFTYY drip DRIP. And you don't really have to follow me on Facebook because I don't really post there. But my Instagram is the best place to follow me because that's where I mostly post stuff like on my story throughout the day and where I sell stuff. So that's the best thing to follow me on Instagram. And yeah, just follow me.
Oh, I'm already following you, but I'm still gonna stalk you and like everything.
Hey, that works. We got to learn from each other. So.
I'm learning from sis. So I'm just like I'm taking notes because she is off the chart. For business.
It's so
But
funny when people ask me stuff about like because like my mom tells me all this stuff about like the Instagram algorithm and all that, and like people will ask questions about like how I do stuff on my Instagram and I'll answer them, but I'm like that's an answer, but it's so much deeper than that. Like we would have to sit down and really talk about this. It's so much deeper. But yeah, I definitely learn from other people on Instagram. So follow me. We can learn from each other.
really, all right, girl. Well, I'm about to get off. I really appreciate your time, and I'm gonna message you. Have a good night, and I'll
Thank you. Bye.